Actually, he's done better in basketball than this.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
I've heard a couple of TV announcers say that money. Of course, I don't know where Bert Birtle got that from, but I have heard a couple of TV announcers say give him 6, and I knew where that came from.
You see where in football, Pat Ryan's going to be helping them on broadcast.
Oh,
Yeah, the other guy retired. Kathleen.
yeah. Who was on there with him?
Pat Ryan's going to be doing it.
Yeah.
But I like Pat. He's kind of laid back. You ever talk to him?
No.
Oh, he's real low-key guy. I was at football. I forgot which one. I talked to him 30 minutes.
Yeah. I liked it whenever Bill Anderson helped John Ward.
Oh,
He
yeah.
used to always say, "Well, yeah, there now again, John.
Yeah.
They put the screws to him that time as they tried to." Of course, Bill Anderson was on that 1951 national championship team. So, that was how he.
That's when both of them retired.
Yeah, when John retired, Bill retired too.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the July 8th, 2021 Lenoir City Board of Education meeting. I'd like to call the meeting to order with roll call.
Matthew Coleman,
Here.
Rick Chadwick,
Here.
Glenn McNish,
Here.
Mitch Ledbetter is absent, and Bobby Johnson is absent.
I'll ask everyone to stand for a moment of silence.
Sure.
Thank you. Pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, item number 5, approval of agenda.
I'll make a motion we approve the agenda.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman,
Aye.
Rick Chadwick, Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Item number 6, recognition of the LCIMS STEM Classroom Grant Award.
Yes, Board, I would like to say welcome to our new administrators and our new seat order. And I do see that we have some administrators that are sitting in for a few people that are on vacation. So welcome Ms. Long, who's sitting in for Ms. Hoagland, principal of the high school, who is on vacation. Mr. Chad Lewis, who's sitting in for Ms. Holly Williams, who is also on vacation. And Dawn, welcome back to you too. And Mr. Orr, who has now changed sides. And
Y'all on the wrong side,
Ms. Mallory is also finishing up vacation, so we do have an opportunity to recognize our new team this year, and everybody's working together to serve our students. One of the things that I would like to do is recognize today Mr. Dustin McCarter, who is one of our intermediate middle school teachers. He's our technology teacher at the middle school. And if you remember, the middle school has been recognized as a STEM designated model school for the state of Tennessee. And we celebrated that. We're so excited about that. But it doesn't stop there. Mr. McCarter has applied. He's very good to apply for grants. And he has just won an award from Battelle for Schools for a $5,000 STEM grant initiative that he will be doing at the intermediate middle school with Mr. Lewis and Ms. Williams there. So I just wanted to recognize him today. He too is unable to be here for the hard work that he continues to do every day in pursuing opportunities for our students to do more and better things in STEM education at our middle school. So when you see him next time, or send him a message recognizing the good work that he's done on that grant.
Very good. Next, item number 7, approval of the minutes from the June 10th, 2021 regular board meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman,
Aye.
Rick Chadwick,
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Next up, pay the bills.
I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman,
Aye.
Rick Chadwick,
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
On to new business. Item number 11, approval to renew the contract between the Lenoir City Board of Education and the Superintendent of Schools.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, any further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman,
Aye.
Rick Chadwick,
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Thank you.
Item number 12, approval of a differentiated pay plan for 2021-2022.
And board, let me just share with you, that is something that yearly we submit. We have a small pot of money that we can use to pay stipends to some teachers who do extra duties. And that's what this is. It's about approximately $60,000 that we can utilize in the way we see fit to serve our students. And it includes, as you see in the paperwork, our teacher leader opportunities that we have built in, our Tiger coaches, and some other differentiated opportunities where teachers do more work for this opportunity, for these funds. So that's what this is about, and it is a yearly plan that we review and submit to the state.
I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman,
Aye.
Rick Chadwick,
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Item number 13, approval of change order for the LCHS roofing project.
Yes, I need to explain what this is. Last year, if you remember in our budget, we had a continuation of dollars set aside to replace the roof, another section of the roof on the high school. We have done that for successive years. Again, trying to keep our facilities in good shape for our students. And last year, we were unable to get a part of that project completed in a timely fashion. And so we did not spend the $125,000 that was already in the budget. It was more like $88,000. And then a change order came in to finish the project, which is to put a coating on the roof of the high school gym. And if you've seen that roof there on the high school gym, you can see that it needs attention. It began to have a few leaks. Mr. Sims is shaking his head, yes. So what we're asking is that we take the balance of those dollars that have rolled over now into fund balance because they were not used for that purpose, and reallocate those funds out of fund balance to meet this change order to get that coating and the roofing completed at the high school gym.
Mike, how much time does the coating give us as far as?
What they'll do is they'll take the seams and redo all the seams in the roofing, and then they'll recoat it. It's got a 20-year warranty.
And I believe that came in about $39,800.
Make a motion we approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, further discussion?
It'll look better from your house, Matthew.
It will.
It does look bad.
They'll be back twice.
Yeah.
Roll call.
Matthew Coleman,
Aye.
Rick Chadwick,
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Item 14, approval of MOU with the City of Lenoir City.
Yes, and board, that is in regards to the Vogue agreement that the city council entered into, and they have agreed to give us any funds that are received based on their agreement with Vogue. And so this is an agreement with us, solidifying that commitment from them to give us those funds.
When are they planning on starting?
That is something, it takes about 6 months for them to get all of the groundwork done and survey work and all of that that's needed to get that accomplished. So I anticipate anywhere from 6 months to a year.
Is this memorandum of understanding subject to maybe being changed if there's a new administration down the line, or?
Well, it's one of the reasons we wanted to go ahead and get something in writing
Yeah.
to say indeed that they will give the schools those funds. And initially it won't be much, but who knows over time. So it is something that is an agreement with the city council, not with the current mayor. So I would assume that a city council could make a decision at a later date, should they choose to change that.
I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman,
Aye.
Rick Chadwick,
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Item 15, approval of the NFHS Network School Broadcast Program Agreement.
Yes, Board, this was something that was brought to my attention by our athletic director, Mr. Chris Britton, in regards to allowing broadcast of our athletic programs in our gym as well as in our stadium. And so he has researched this, and we've done some looking around at the schools in our area that have this service, and would like to offer it to our community as well. And I asked Chris to come in case you all had any specific questions for him about this. So, Mr. Britton.
Yeah, so, last year we talked about live streaming our games, especially during COVID, just to give our families, community a chance who maybe can't come to the game to watch our sporting events. That requires manpower, equipment, hardware. With this program, NFHS supplies us with 2 cameras, one at the stadium, one at the gymnasium. So it covers our soccer, football, volleyball, and basketball games. There was an initial price of $2,500 for install. They have since waived that price. So we get 2 cameras that are fully automated and free installation. And this contract lasts for 5 years. And the way it'll work is there's an annual subscription, and based on the amount of subscriptions that we receive, we get a kickback from that price, which is a $70 price tag. So if we get 50 subscriptions, we receive $20 of that price kicked back to our programs. And so there's no manpower involved. We simply input our times of practices and/or games. The camera works where it follows the action of the game, and it's very simple. As Dr. Barker was saying, Alcoa, Maryville, Sweetwater, Tellico Plains, Bradley, Anderson County, there's a ton of schools in our area that are utilizing this program right now.
Is it just live stream, or is it recorded and archived?
There is what they call an on-demand that we can allow for our games to be on demand. It also has the option for if we wanted to stream, graduation or an event, and that would be at a free cost. There would be no cost to do that. I think it'd be just great for our, hopefully we don't have another COVID, but just a way for maybe families who maybe live out of town, who can't get out to the games. It just provides them with an option to watch our games without having to make it out to the campus.
So how much did you say a subscription was?
So that's, an annual subscription is $69.99, or you can do a monthly subscription, which I believe is maybe $7.99, $8.99.
And this is video only, there's no audio.
There is an option to, our radio announcer can announce over the video. So that is an option. And then there's options to sell advertisement on that as well.
I'll entertain the motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Item number 16, approval to rectify the Lenoir City Band Boosters as a school support organization.
This is our annual opportunity to recertify this student support organization. It is a requirement of the law for us to do this. They've done a good job of submitting their annual report and the audit information that's needed there. So we present that for recertification from the board.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Item number 17, adoption of the Lenoir City Board of Education annual planning agenda.
This is simply information, really, to where we have on record the dates and the months in which we will annually review parts of our board policy manual. We don't have any board policies today to bring to you, but I can let you know that in our workshop, Sheila and I are working diligently on a packet to present at our next board workshop so that we can work on addressing our board policies to align with the new laws that have been passed in the legislature. So this is just to approve the annual agenda that we will look at certain parts of our board policy in certain months.
We do need to vote on it though, for the approval of the.
Yes, let's do.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
And item number 18, Superintendent's Comments.
Okay, board, I want to say thank you. Thank you for approving and extending my contract. I appreciate that. You know, it is my passion to focus my time, attention, and everything I have to making sure that this school district does what it's supposed to do. And that is to build Lenoir City Schools' future, one student at a time. And I'm very excited about our opportunities that we are having coming out of the COVID session to reset. And that's a word that I'm using a lot with administrators is let's reset, let's take what we've learned that has worked well and intensify that, accelerate student learning, and then the things that we know that did not work well, then we'll put those behind us and we'll move forward. So I thank you for your vote of support. One of the things that I want you to know that I'm working on as part of my own improvement plan is communication. Last year we redesigned our website, and we have had a much better opportunity of getting information out to parents and community members, but we need to do a better job. As you know, we're growing, and our community needs to know the things that we offer in Lenoir City Schools. As I was working with the Loudoun County Education Foundation, they suggested that we get a flyer, we get something that goes directly to parents and directly to some of our new people that are moving into the community. So I've been working with Ms. Laura Clift at the high school, and we've come up with a flyer, and you have a copy of it there. This is a draft. We're not quite finished with it, but it is a flyer that will highlight each of our schools, the elementary school, intermediate, high school, and our new school, our iLearn Institute, our online program. And then on the back, it gives the enrollment dates and the start of school information. One of the things that we learned last year in COVID that we are moving forward with is a staggered start, where we can have a smaller group of students attend each of the first 3 days of school so that we can get to know them, teachers can get to know their students more individually, give them some time for getting that year started on the right step. And so we will be doing that. It has all that information on the end there as well. So if you have any comments, anything that you would like to see added to this is still in draft, and we are hopeful to be able to get it in the mail next week. And so we are working with the post office to do a mailer, old-fashioned, not digital. Even though I will say we do have a QR code here that parents could click on, and it would direct them directly to our website. We have a lot of new people that are moving in, and just want to get the good word out. And so I thank Laura Cliff for helping to work on this. And so just look it over, and if there's any suggestions that you have, now's the time, because we can get that done. Secondly, one of the ways we've been communicating with parents and community members and our own people is via a survey. I know you've heard a lot about the ESSER dollars. So we've had our survey up for several weeks now, and we've gotten 382 responses so far. And so also in our workshop coming up at the end of the month, we hope to have for you the basics of our ESSER plan to submit. And so we are taking very seriously the information that we have gotten from the survey and incorporating it into the 4 buckets of expenditures. And one is academics, educators, student readiness, and other considerations. So we are tying everything that we do to our community and survey responses as well. So we're working hard on that right now, and hope to be able to share that with you at our July 22nd workshop. Also, just this morning, the bids have gone out for our construction project at the high school. And thank you, board, for your support on that through our budgeting process. In the back there on the table, are the bid specs for the cafeteria expansion for the high school and the redesign of the commons bathrooms. And if you could see some of the comments on this survey about bathrooms need attention at the high school, you'll see, indeed, they do. And we are going that direction. So those bids went out today. As soon as they are in, then we hope to be able to have those ready for you, evaluate those so that we can get started on that 1st of August. As soon as you all approve the bids. Do y'all have any questions about that? If you have a chance, look at those plans, and also back there is a layout of the cafeteria dining room area. We want to update that so it looks more like a cafe. So there are pictures in there of the design of some of the booths, to put in some booths in the expanded cafeteria area. The design of the, there's also some countertops where students, if they want to, can stand, or we have some high top stools that they could use. So that's back there as well in an addendum. One of the big issues that we want to address is having students have the opportunities to wash their hands more frequently. So by turning the commons bathrooms around where they actually open into the commons area, the hand washing areas will be fully accessible without a student having to go all the way into the bathrooms. And so again, we are working through the plan that you all came up with for capital projects to get started on those as quickly as possible. Some other things that we have in the works are the paving projects for the high school, finishing that, finish the paving at the middle school as well. And then we are looking at going ahead and having a way of moving the alternative programs off of the high school and the middle school campus. And so all of those projects I discussed with Mr. Sims yesterday. So we are actively engaged in trying to get those underway. Another one you need to know, the fans in the high school gym. You know, we worked on that for a while. those big fans, like airplane propellers in there. Those were supposed to be hooked up today. Is that right, Mr. Sims? Okay. So hopefully that'll get some air stirring. I know this is the time of the year that it's just stifling there. So,
Fire alarm people, we got them too, they're coming first thing in the morning,
okay.
they gotta be wired into the fire alarm.
So I'm excited about those opportunities to get some improvements in our facilities. So, with that said, I also want to let you know that I've communicated with all of our employees, and they have all received a letter talking about the beginning of school. It also acknowledges in there information from our board acknowledging the 3% raise. Thank you that you all voted for our employees, and we appreciate what has been done there. And it gives them the upcoming dates, because our new teachers will come on July the 26th, 27th, and 28th. And then our returning teachers, notice I didn't say old teachers. Our returning teachers will begin on July the 29th. And so that is their official first day of the new school year. And then finally, I know there's been a lot of controversy, and I've been named in that quite a bit recently with the county commission over their latest decision to reduce the amount of adequate facilities funds coming to Lenoir City. And as you can see, I just talked about how many facilities upgrades we have planned, we need to do more. We've got more on the books when we have the funds to accomplish them. And so I just want to publicly express my sadness that they didn't see fit to make that change at their last county commission meeting. And so I will continue to work hard to get them to reverse that decision with everything I can do. And I appreciate our people as well. And Mr. Coleman, you want to?
Yeah, I would like to echo your sentiments as well, and thank all the administrators and staff that came down Tuesday night to show the support of the schools with the county commission. Lenoir City residents, families inside Lenoir City and around Lenoir City are the ones paying the majority of that tax. And Lenoir City school systems are supporting 31% of the students inside the county, yet the county commission decided to cut the funding to only give us 5%. I'd also like to thank the county commissioners that stood up and supported Lenoir City residents as well as Lenoir City schools, specifically Matthew Tinker, Julie Hurley, and Howard Duff.
So we do appreciate your support, and we are undaunting in our task to do our jobs, which is to provide every student the best opportunity that we can provide as an educational system. So, thank you all for all you do, and thank you, board, for the trust that you put into not only me but our teachers and their administrators as well. That's all I have.
Glenn, anything? Mr. Chapp?
Nope.
All right. Your motion to adjourn?
I'll entertain a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second. Roll call.
Matthew Coleman,
Aye.
Rick Chadwick,
Aye.
and Glenn McNish.
Thank you.
I was hoping you could tell me a little bit more about facilities tax, what was it the cost?